Hello and welcome to this online lesson. I'm just going to share the lesson so more people can join us. New language, live lesson, share, and we've got two people already. Hello, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. And it is shared. Great, fantastic. Okay, so in this lesson, last week we looked at Unit 9, which took us to the idea of talking about room to rent, and what else did we look at? Housing bubble, home sweet home, and houses. This week it's going to be Unit 10. And in this unit, we're going to be talking about going out. So we're going to look at talking about what's going on, basically what's on. So this could be talking about exhibitions, films, theater. We could even extend that to TV programs, TV series, sporting events. We're going to look at developing conversation. So this is trying to explain where places are. You also get to look at big night out, or having a big night out. This is talking about what you can do in the evening in different places around the world. And we're going to look at some quantifiers. We will get round to looking at that, along with idioms as well. It's quite a what I would describe as it's quite a meaty unit. When I use the word meat, and so this is let me just write this in the comment section. It's M-E-A-T, meat, the noun meat. If I add a Y to it, I make it into an adjective. So I can say this is a meaty unit. If something is meaty, like a meaty unit or meaty book, it means there's a lot in it. A lot, and this is a meaty unit. There are a lot of things that we can look at in this unit, but you only have 2 lessons this week, obviously online, and I can only look at so much. So I'm going to have to be a bit choosy. I need to choose carefully, otherwise. So I think the most important thing is, I think definitely trying to develop the ability to talk about what's on, for example, and trying to explain where things are. I think that is definitely something we should look at. I think being able to use quantifiers properly. Quantifiers are is language like a lot of, a few, much, many, but using it accurately. And then I think looking at some idioms as well. I think this is definitely something we need to look at, the idiom side of things. It's particularly relevant. And then there's also some vocabulary building that we can use as well when describing events. So this not to forget, the future in the past. Now that is a particular strange bit of grammar. Which we will look at, but I think I might save that for the next lesson. I need to check on Facebook when I said that was going to be. I think the next lesson for just intermediates, I think that might be on Friday, but I need to check. But we will definitely have a look at the future in the past. Very, very strange bit of grammar. So let's begin. If you guys do have the book, please turn to page 88. Please turn to page 88. We're going to start off by looking at just going through some vocabulary that is to do with talking about what's on. So first of all, let's just go through the type of things that we could be talking about. So if you're talking about anything to do with theater or films, you're going to be looking at the genre of a category, such as a thriller movie, something that is a classic. So, for example, if we're talking about a thriller, we could be looking at Taken, starring Liam Neeson, for example. If you're looking at a classic, this would be a classic film such as The Godfather. I mean, that is a classic, The Godfather. Definitely one and two. The third one wasn't as good as the others, though. A documentary. Sometimes you have films that are in a certain style, as if it were a documentary film as well. And then obviously you have a comedy. Then you have a musical, such as Grease, Sound of Music. You have a tragedy. Well, you've got different forms of tragedy. You can have like a romantic tragedy like Romeo and Juliet. Historical play. This would be for theatre. If you look at certain Shakespearean plays, you have plays like you have like a Henry V. That is a historical play based on the story of King Henry, for example. Then you have a drama. Typically speaking, I mean, we can look at like TV drama series like The Crown. The Crown is would come under drama. For example, Downton Abbey would come under something as drama. Um, I suppose Desperate Housewives would be classified as drama. I mean, I'm not, I haven't watched, I can't say I've watched Desperate Housewives, really. Only a few episodes, but I think that would be a drama. Um, an installation, landscape, portrait, sculpture. This is to do with art exhibitions, um, and the type of art that you would be looking at. Maybe if you're in Florence, for example, you would go and see sculptures such as the Statue of David. Um, if you're looking at a portrait, that would be something like the Mona Lisa. Landscape. Oh, um, oh, my art knowledge is really bad. I can think of a. No, no, I'm not even going to try and say the name. I've got an idea in my head, but I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore with my very poor history of art knowledge. Okay, then you've got things like soundtracks, special effects, photography, and plot. Soundtrack, obviously, something like Lord of the Rings, the music in Lord of the Rings. Special effects, that's got to do with like well, choose any superhero movie. Photography. This is if you look at if you've watched 1917, the photography in 1917 is brilliant. There's a particular scene where this guy, after he's been shot and he's fallen, he comes out of this building, and there's fire in the background, and you just see briefly uh, buildings being lit up. Another example is obviously Lord of the Rings. Like the photography in Lord of the Rings is amazing. Plot, simply what the story's about. Then you've got acting, costumes, lighting, and staging. Acting, I think I think everyone probably knows that. Costumes, obviously, what you wear. Lighting, obviously, that's how much light there is. The lighting in my case is okay, not amazing. And then you've got staging. That's obviously purely for theatre. Okay, so then we've got some things to look at here. You've got we're going to look at question 3. Match each question 1 to 6 with 2 possible answers. So here, for instance, we've got what's on in town at the moment. So once again, page 88, what's on in town at the moment? Question 3. We would then look at options A to L. And then we would have to try and link what's on at the moment to a possible answer. So just to go through the options here, we've got what's on in town at the moment, what kind of exhibition is it, what is it about, what's it on, who's in it, and what was it like? So these are fairly standard questions that I'm sure you are all very comfortable asking. So let's look at our options. They've got showings at 6 o'clock, 8:50, and 11 o'clock. We've got Johnny Depp and Morgan Freeman. I like Johnny Depp and Morgan Freeman. I think Johnny Depp is obviously very well known for Pirates of the Caribbean. I like the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Morgan Freeman, I think Morgan Freeman is just a brilliant actor. My favorite movie with Morgan Freeman, maybe Shawshank Redemption. C, it's a drama about life in a rural community. In case you're not too sure, rural. If a place is rural, it's out in the countryside. It's far. It's far from a main city. Not much really. So letter D. Not much really. There's a musical on there's a musical on at the theater. That might be okay. E. It's a collection of historical objects from Central America. F. It's on till next week, and the galleries open between 10 and 8 p.m. That sounds like some kind of exhibition, to be honest, doesn't it? G. Oh, it was great. The staging and the lighting were amazing. That sounds like it's some kind of theater. H. Nobody I've heard of. I think it's some kind of romantic comedy. I think one of the most famous types of romantic comedy would be like Love Actually. J, there's the new film by that Swedish director Lucas Moodysson. K, it's a series of installations by a Danish artist called Jeppe Hin. I don't know how to say his name. And finally, L. It was brilliant. The special effects were amazing. So if we go back to number 1, what's on in town at the moment? It doesn't go with A. It doesn't go with B. What's on in town at the moment? It can't be C. It can't be E. J. What's on at the moment? Well, there's a new film by that Swedish director. So that goes. So we can say 1 goes quite nicely with J. We can also link it to D. Not much really. So what's on in town at the moment? D. Not much really. There's a musical on at the theater. That might be okay. Next one. 2. What kind of exhibition is it? So it can't be A. Can't be B. What kind of exhibition is it? It's a drama. No. It's a collection. E. Yes. So what type of exhibition is it? It's a collection of historical objects from Central America. That could go, actually. What kind of exhibition is it? At the moment, I think E might be the best one. I'll come back to that one. There might be 1 or 2 others that I haven't seen. What's it about? Okay. Okay, so we could say that it's a drama about life in a rural community. So we can see that C would go nicely with 3. Hello, Napiers. You have said, is that I or L? What kind of exhibition is it? It was brilliant. The special effects were amazing. No, L is for 6. What was it like? L would go with number 6. What was it like? L, it was brilliant. The special effects were amazing. So thank you for your answer, Nadia. Sorry, Nadia. Thank you for your answer. But the correct answer is actually 6 goes with L. Let's continue. 4. When's it on? Well, this has to be a time. So when's it on? This is obviously going to be A. They've got showings at 6, 8:50, and 11. We can also link 4 to A. Yes, correct. A. Hello, Hario. Yes, A. 4 goes with A. 4 also goes with F. It's on till next week, and the gallery's open between 10 and 8 p.m. Who's in it? Okay, this obviously goes with B, Johnny Depp, and Morgan Freeman. And finally, what was it like? That's obviously L. It was brilliant. We can also link 6 with G. It was great. The staging and the lighting were amazing. Nadia, you said F. Yes, F is for when's it on? Excellent. So that has taken us through just the first section there. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I know I might have spoken a little bit fast. If I did, I do apologize. So when trying to explain where we're going to move on a little bit, and this is where we're going to try and talk about explaining where something is, how to get to a place. Now, directions can be a little bit difficult. So in the developing conversation here, this is now on page 89. Page 89. What we have here is it says explaining where places are. We've got when explaining where places are, we often start by mentioning places that we think will be known and give directions from there. For example, in the conversation you heard, now obviously we can't hear it, it said, you know Oxford Road, yeah? Well, that's the main street which goes past the railway station. Well, if you have your back to the station, you turn right down Oxford Road. What it is actually talking about is something called landmarks. Now, when we try to give directions, it's very important that we give landmarks and we try to explain directions from those landmarks. So what do we have as an idea of a landmark? Well, we've got something like a station, a main road, maybe a famous restaurant that everybody can see, like McDonald's, for example. So we have to think of these type of landmarks. Then in number 7, we then need to try and complete the sentences with the words in the boxes. So before we start, I'll just read through and we'll just have a little look at the type of landmarks that each one looks at. So if we look at question number 7, number 1, we've got, you know Columbus Avenue? Well, the restaurant's about down there. Now, there's 2 things here. Actually, there's one main thing, sorry. First of all, our landmark is Columbus Avenue. So that's our starting point. Now, because it's an avenue, we know it's some kind of road, a path that we can walk down. Number 3, the bus stop is right in of the main entrance to the station. We've got two landmarks. First of all, the main station. The second landmark is what the person says first, the bus stop. So we've got the bus stop and we've got the main station. Those are our landmarks. Number 3, you know the post office? Well, St. Anne's Road is the turning down from there on the other side of the road. So again, we've got 2 landmarks. We've got post office and we've got St. Anne's Road. Number 4, you know the cinema? Landmark cinema. Well, there's a car park. So here we've got cinema and car park. Cinema and car park. Those are our two landmarks. 5. We've got, the main square, landmark number 1. Well, Hop Close is one of the streets there. Sorry, Hope Close is one of the streets there. Now, Hope Close is now the name of a street. So we've got two landmarks again. If we go over still on page 89, the top of page 89, question 6, we can see if you have your to the station, you turn left. Station, we know that's our landmark. Number 7, station again. Number 8, we've got the station, church streets as well. Number 9, you've got road and the station. You've got a river, and you've got Pemberton's Road. So you've got a number of landmarks there. And finally, you've got a building and the cinema. So you've got two landmarks there. So now that we've had a look at the landmarks, let's have a little look at what we're looking at here in order to complete the sentences. I've just realized, actually, did I share this? Yes, I did share it. Good. I did share it. So if we have a look, in the boxes, we've got front, off, next, at, and halfway. So, number 1, Columbus Avenue? Well, the restaurant's about down there. Now, when we say something about, and this is the process of walking, we're having to walk down a road, and we want to say it's about the middle. It's halfway down the road. Halfway down the road, which is basically middle. It's mid in the. It's we wouldn't say it's in the middle of the road because it doesn't make sense. That means something different. But what we can say, it's halfway down. So if the road is 100 meters, it's about 50 meters down the road. So if it's roughly 50 meters down the road, we say it's halfway. And that's all we're doing. It's halfway. Halfway down the road. And that is a word collocation. It's okay, about halfway down the road. Halfway, or in this case, well, the restaurant's about halfway down there. Okay. 2, front of. Let's see. The bus stop is right in front of the main entrance. Well done, Hario. Yes, number 2 is front of. Number 3, let's see if you guys can finish it before I go through it. Number 3, the post office? Well, St. Anne's Road is the next turning down from there on the other side of the road. Well done, Nadia. Yes, well done. Number 3 is next. Good. Number 4, let's see. Number 4, the cinema? Well, there's a car park. Can anyone guess it before I say it? Well, there's a car park. Well done, Halio. Yes, it's at. Bravo. It's at. Number 5. Let's see if you can get it before I can. At again. Well, let's see, Nadia. Let's see if you're right. The main square? Well, Hope Close is one of the streets. Ooh, no, it's not at there. Okay, let's go through it. Hope Close is one of the streets halfway there? No. Okay, you've gone for off, Nadia. Let's see. The main square? Well, Hope Close is one of the streets off there. Yes, well done. That is a fantastic answer. You got it the second time round. It's one of the streets off there. This simply means if this is a road, if my finger's the road, off is like a turning. This is off. So you've got the main road and there's a turning off there. It's like a side road. So the main square, Well, Hope Close is one of the streets off there. So, in fact, even better, imagine you've got your square and you've got different roads. Off is just a road going off there. Number 6, let's see if you guys can get this before I can get it. If you have your to the station, you turn left. Okay, so if you have your coming, no. If you have your toward, no. Out, no. Facing, no. We need a noun. It's talking about a noun, believe it or not. Can anyone guess what this is? Number 6. Yes, well done, Hario. It is back. For instance, I have my back to the wall. Number 7, if you're the station, the shop will be on your right. Okay, what do you guys think? Well, it can't be if you're back to the station. No. If you're coming no, we can't use coming the station because we don't have the preposition to. If you're towards the station, maybe. If you're out of the station, no. If you're facing the station, the shop will be on your right. So it's either towards or facing, but only one of them is correct. Can someone try and guess what the answer is? Towards the station or if you're facing the station? Okay, I'm going to give my answer in 10 seconds. Let's see if someone can get it before I say. Facing. Yes, well done, Halio. Well done. It is, in fact, it's facing. I am facing my computer because I'm looking at it. That's what we mean by facing. Okay, number 8. If you're something down the road away from the station, Church Street, the second turning on the left. Okay, so what do we guys think? If you're no, it's not facing. If you're out down, nope. If you're towards down, nope. What do you think it is? Will you give my answer in 10 seconds? Okay, the answer to number 8 is coming. Oh, well done, Hario. Yes, coming. Now, if we're saying if you're coming down the road, or if you're coming down the road, it means you're walking, or if you're driving, but you're going down the road. Number 9, if you're going up the road, something station. Right, let's go through it. If you're going up the road, coming, no, we can't use coming. If we're going up the road, back the station, no. Can anyone guess what it is? I'll tell you what, I'll give you another 10 seconds. Let's see if someone can put the right answer in before I get to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Towards. Well done, both of you. Yes, the answer is towards. And hello, Esgi. Hello, Esgi. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us as well today. Yes, the answer is towards. So this is towards, this is going away, towards and going away. So that's the answer there. If you're going up the road towards the station. And finally, number 10, when you come of the building, you see the cinema right opposite. Well, when you talk about buildings, this is about entering and leaving a building, and therefore there's only going to be one possible answer. Nadia, you are indeed correct. It is out. Well done. Excellent. Okay, so we've had a look at that, and well done, guys. All did very well there. Okay, so is there anything in particular that I want to look at before I move on? Unfortunately, we can't necessarily look at this, but what I'm going to do for you guys is we're now going to have a little practice. You need to know, I assume you guys know parts of Malta. in around Slimer and St. Julian's, and I also assume some of you know your way around school pretty well. I'm going to play a game with you guys. You need to try and guess. Um, you need to try and guess where I am talking about. Okay, I'm going to give you the options of all your possible answers. I'm then going to verbally explain where you need to go, and you guys need to give me what you think the location is. Okay, so let's try this. Options number one, you've got Zara. Two, you've got Power Store Supermarket in Slimer. And finally, let's go with McDonald's in St. Julian's. Okay, so those are going to be your options. Number one. So, guys, I'm going to give you my directions. See if you can guess where I am talking about. The end location. It's about the end location. Just to give you one quick example, if I were to talk about where Pizza Hut is in St. Julian's, I would say, you know where the Love Monument is? Well, you need to go up the road towards Parcherville, and Pizza Hut is on your left, just after a small church on your left. So that is how I would be trying to explain. So let's see if you guys can guess what I'm talking about. So number one, where am I talking about? Okay, so you know where the ferries are. Okay, so if you're at the ferries, what you want to do is you don't want to you want your back to the sea. So you want to be facing the buildings, and you want to have your back to the sea. If you're at the ferries and you're facing the buildings, the shop is in front of you on the other side of the road, and there is a road just to, if you're facing it, just to the right that goes up. So the shop you're looking for is almost opposite the ferries. So those are my instructions. Am I talking about Zara? Yes, Ezgi, well done. Yes, I am in fact talking about Zara. Well done. So that's number one. Let's go again. Number two. Well done, Javier. Zara is indeed the answer. Let's go again. Number two. So, do you know where HSBC and the Apple Store is in Slimer? It's also very close to Next. Well, if you go to the Apple Store in Slimer, the place you're looking for is just round the corner on the left. You have to go down a small little alley, but it's just round the corner from the Apple Store. As well, it's also very close to the HSBC and Next. Excellent, well done. Hario and Ezgi, well done. Tower Store. That is the answer. Right, we'll do one more, and this time, so it's not too obvious, the options are either going to be McDonald's or Hugo. Hugo, actually, there's two McDonald's. So it's either McDonald's in St. Julian's or it's McDonald's in Bay Street, which is very close to Parcherville. So let's try this one. Okay, so do you know where Hugo's Passion is, and Hugo Terrace and Hugo Pub. Um, well, if you're at Hugo's Pub, and up the road, you halfway up the road as well, you've also got the cinema on the halfway up the road. On the other side, you've got the bowling alley. Well, if you're in front of Hugo's Pub and you've got the stairs in Parcherville going up, um, what you want to do is you want your back to the stairs. So you want to be facing some stairs and a little bridge. Well, on the other side of that bridge, there's a shopping center. And in the shopping center, that's where McDonald's is. So am I talking about McDonald's in St. Julian's or McDonald's in Bay Street? Which one am I talking about? McDonald's in St. Julian's or McDonald's in Bay Street? Any ideas? McDonald's in Bay Street. Well done, Harry. That is indeed the correct answer. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so I invite you at some point during the lesson, if you want to have a go at trying to verbally explain where a place is, please have a go. If you do, give 3 options and then your directions, your instructions, and we can try and guess. I will try and guess where you are talking about. Okay, well done, guys. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we're going to take from page 89, we're going to turn the page over, and we're going to go on to Big Night Out. This is now page 90. Page 90. And on this page, we'll be looking at talking about some things to do with a night out. So let's have a quick look. Let's look at question number 3. We'll just have a little quick look at developing your reading skills. So in question 3, what you need to do is match the sentences below to the people and places in the article. So this is going to be looking at a little bit of reading. Now, first of all, a big night out. A big night out is obviously when you go out as a group and you start off probably reasonably early and you continue into the night. Obviously, no one can do that at the moment, but I look forward to my next big night out, actually. It's been a while. So, match the sentences below to the people and places in the article. So, here, what we have, if we're looking at outcomes in the book, we've got Friday night during the summer months. Thursday is the big night. I came to Luanda, and Thursday nights. So let's have a little look. So if we look at question number 3A, we've got a nightlife is restricted by the government. So what we are then looking for is first of all, I don't want you to read the whole text. This is where we're going to look at sub-reading skills. The nightlife is restricted by the government. This is where we can bring in something called paraphrasing. What is restricted by the government? Well, can we think of a synonym of the word restricted? Any ideas? I'll give you a clue. I can think of a word beginning with L. About 7 letters or so. Excellent. Well done. Well done, Eski. Perfect. Limited is indeed the answer. Yes. So Automatically, we can think of the synonym. So the nightlife is limited by the government. It is restricted in some way. So then what we'd have to do is you then have to go through the text. And what you're looking for is you don't want to read the whole text carefully. You're looking for the language that can really tell you whether it's limited or not. So I am now going to give you, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 minutes and I'm going to see how many of these answers you guys can get. We've got B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Actually, you know what? 2 minutes might be unfair. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Okay. See if you can work your way through this and see if you guys can link it. In the meantime, I myself will start to take notes and we will look for what we can do. So have a little go. In about a minute, I'll give you the answer to A, but then afterwards, I'll keep my mouth shut for another 4 minutes. Okay. A. Thursday is the big night. The nightlife is restricted by the government. Correct. Well done. A. Yes, A is in fact Thursday is the big night. Well done. In Tehran. Well done. Excellent. Okay, B. They go out into the countryside. What do you guys think? Number B. Any ideas for number B? So, yep, we've got A. Thursday is the big night. What about B? Any ideas? B. Iceland. Yes, well done. Correct. Yep, we've got Iceland there, and that's the giveaway because of the natural hot springs. Just to go through, the reason why we know, obviously, is because it says that by 12, the streets are dead. The law says that no shops, cafes, so on and so forth are allowed, so that's good. B, we know, is Iceland because it's talking about the hot springs, for example. That automatically tells us that it's going to be in the countryside. C, the night out often finishes early. Any ideas? So here we're probably looking for a time, some mention of a time that is just early, and we can see early. Therefore, if it's finishing early, it probably their night out also starts early. C, Korea, excellent, well done, Ezgi, well done. D, people sometimes get away with breaking the law. Okay, so here we're looking for obviously something to do with legal language. C, the night out finishes early. 3, yes, that's correct. Korea, well done, Nadia. Any ideas for D? People sometimes get away with breaking the law. Can we find a language that is to do with breaking the law in any way? Iran, well done, Eski. Yes, D is back in Iran. Thursday is the big night. Well done. E, they don't like the wealth gap. Okay, so here we're going to be looking for something that's talking about money of some kind, maybe the price of something, maybe in comparison to what tourists can afford opposed to locals. Probably looking about, well done. Yes, it's Angola, Luanda in Angola. Well done. Excellent. F, they think carefully about what they wear. Okay, so here we're looking at something to do with clothing. So we're having we have to perhaps look out for some ideas. Wait a minute. B is A. Yes, well done, Nadia. Yes, B is indeed A. B is indeed A. At the moment we're on F. F. We're looking for something that we're looking for F, something to do with clothing. Something to do with clothing. Any ideas? F, Uruguay, excellent. Well done. Yes. Montevideo. I said that in Italian. F, yes. Next one, G. They have been given some useful suggestions. Any idea? Any idea? G is number 4. G is number 4. Let's see. I'm not sure, but maybe G Angola. So both of you think it's number 4. Okay, let's have a little look. I came to Luanda to teach English. Since the discovery of oil, the economy has boomed and attracted a large foreign community. When I first came here, we used to go to restaurants along the bay, and they cost an arm and a leg. Even a simple burger is upwards of $20. It's pretty shocking when so few local people could afford it, and there is still so much poverty. Recently, I started doing some volunteer work in a school. Through my colleges, I've been introduced to some places where locals eat, which are miles cheaper. Afterwards, we might go on to a party in someone's backyard and dance till the early hours. Uh, I'm going to be honest. I have to say, I disagree. I don't think it's four. Try again. Okay, I'll give you one more minute. Maybe three. Okay. Three is a pretty good shout. There's a lot of ideas here. I had a little interest in any sport. So on Friday night, we'll normally meet. Will normally mean a trip to see the giant baseball team. Before I came here, I had a little interest in any sport, but once one trip to a game here was enough to convert me to baseball. I go to every game now. The atmosphere is incredible from start to finish. Most people are cheering and singing the team song, even when the team is getting beaten badly. The dancing, food, drink, company, everything you need for a good night out. It usually finishes around 9, but by then I'm exhausted and head home rather than going somewhere else. I can see why you'd go for H, but it's not the answer either. What I would say here is I think the most likely answer, a Uruguay, maybe 5. I occasionally go and see a stand-up comedy, but at the weekend I mainly go clubbing as I love dancing. No, it's not going to be 5. The actual answer here is have a little look at Thursday is the big night. So here, remember the question is they have been given some useful suggestions. So many students like me start the evening by going for a coffee or maybe sharing a hookah pipe. Two things already. By 12, the streets are dead, though. The law says that no shops, cafes, or restaurants are allowed to open past midnight, but don't be fooled by the silent streets. the city's heart is still beating. Okay, so that's an idea already that there are things to do. We have a saying that what happens behind a closed door is no one's business. So a lot of people have parties at home, and generally the police won't disturb you. There are also a few places like Super Jordan where the police turn a blind eye and you can buy supplies after 12. So here we've got lots of information that fit the description of the question in G. They have been given some useful suggestions. So the answer to G is number 2. They have been given some useful suggestions of what to do in Tehran, especially considering that technically you're not allowed to be out doing stuff after midnight, but there are still things to do. So the answer there is G is number 2. G is number 2. Finally, they have changed a habit. They have changed a habit. Any ideas? I won't give you too long for this one. H, Iceland. Yes, well done. Yeah, they've changed the habit there. They no longer go out to clubbing. In the past, they went clubbing, but these days they don't. So well done. Yes, H. We can say H can go with Iceland. So well done there, guys. Next time we will look at quantifiers, and we will also look at understanding idioms as well. So very well done today. What I would say in terms of what you can do between now and the next time we have a lesson, Friday morning, if I am not mistaken. We've had a look. We've gone through things quite quickly. What I would like you guys to do is see if you guys can. I tell you what. I'm going to ask you, see if you can research into quantifiers and some of these idioms. See if you can already do these tasks before Friday's lesson. And then on Friday, we can then have a look at it. And then from there, we can move on. And then we can also look at the future in the past as well. So everyone, thank you so much for joining in today, and thank you for interacting so well in the live chat section. It's really, from my side, it's really great when you guys interact and you respond. If you have any questions about today, please leave your questions and the answers below. As you can, if I go through the chat section here, you guys did really well in answering the questions. The only one that was a bit tricky was G, which goes with 2, if I'm not mistaken. So have a little look, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Once again, thank you so much for coming. Have a lovely afternoon. Stay safe, and let's see. Tomorrow we have elementary and upper intermediate. Wednesday we have beginner and the IELTS class. If you guys want to join the IELTS class or the upper intermediate, you are more than welcome to do. This isn't the same thing as an actual class in the classroom. So because this is live, if you want to try and join and you want to try and take part, feel free to do so. It's absolutely fine. There might be something for you to learn. But the next one we have as intermediate is going to be Friday morning. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great week. Have a great week. And talk to you guys on Friday. And like I said, if you have any questions, just ask me in the comment section below or on Facebook. Have a great afternoon. Have a great day. Bye for now. Thank you too. Thank you, Hario.